theme is Don't Tell Mother, because I didn't have a mom, I had a mother, and what a mother she was. In 1976 was a big year for my sisters and I. My sisters being identical mirror image twins entering high school. And high school means a new foundation, a new land, new experiences coming from middle school. So some of you are new, so you might not know that. My mother had borderline personality disorder, paranoid, schizophrenic, quite narcissistic. So we suffered from a 420 syndrome that didn't include marijuana. It was when Mother was coming home from work, we had no idea how or what kind of mood she'd be in. And usually it was pretty awful because she worked really shitty jobs. And we thank her for it now. You know, it was tough. So she took it out on us. And so anyway, 420 would come and we'd be all like paranoid. So any kind of request that you'd have to make for the mother was like difficult. If you had a student sort of like, if there was a field trip or a release or a report card or a note, say you were sick from school, writing a note was a big deal. It really put her out. So it was decided that summer in the backyard that Anne, who had the best handwriting, and she was 2.5 years older than me, and my sisters being twins, they were entering at the same time. Anne was the new designated note writer for my mother moving into high school, which was great because we were performing children. My sisters and I sang like 3-part harmony. We were kind of like together monkeys, as one psychologist has told me about, as what I am with my sisters, which is like, you know, if your parent is like an iron wire monkey, the siblings really connect together and they're called together monkeys. So that's what we were, together monkeys. So all together we agreed that Anne would work on her penmanship and get the Sylvia F. Silberman signature down pat, work on her spelling, presentation, to whom it may concern. Please excuse Linda Silberman from school. She had a fever, and now she's well. Thank you, Sylvia Silberman. Beautiful. And it worked really well. And we had this group of friends that would sit at the breakfast morning table. We would go to school early and stay really late because our home life really sucked. And so when there was an absence, Anne would just naturally write these notes, and our friends would look at her like she was nuts, but we were like, it'll work. So I was in high school with them. I was in 10th grade, they were seniors, and that was all great. Anne was writing notes, and then they graduated, and we hadn't really thought this part through. So they went on to Hack and going into community college and moving on with their life. And Anne left me with like a little stack of notes that would be like generic. Oh, she had a fever. Yeah, today felt like a fever. And turn those in. And my senior year, Anne goes on the road. She's a really great musician, singer, and she was gone. And her notes ran out, and I was really sick. And Mother, you know, to keep the ruse going, like I would occasionally say, oh, Mom, you gotta sign this, and then, you know, really have Anne be the true signature. Like I never had my mother sign my report cards or anything major, because Anne was responsible for trips to New York or whatever. Anne took care of all that. So I had bronchitis really bad, and my senior year, and it was in the spring, and Anne was, I don't know, in New Jersey or somewhere which felt really far away. And Mother drove me to school and wrote me a note. She was like, wait, I gotta give you a note for school. And I'm like, oh shit, right, I need a note for school. So she wrote out her note, and Mother was severely dyslexic and a terrible speller. And so she wrote out her note and handed it to me and drove me to the entrance of the school. And she said, I'm going to wait till you go in. I'm like, oh, shit. And so I go in and I go right to the attendance desk and I hand it in. And I'm like, okay, well, run off to choir and hope everything's okay. And a couple hours later, I get called into the principal's office, which is unusual because having such a psychotic parent, I was the abnormally well-behaved child who, you know, got really great grades and was overachieving and all sorts of things in school. And so me being called to the principal's office was unusual. And I get in there, and my mother is sitting with the school principal. And I was like, what the hell? And so the principal says, well, Mrs. Silberman, we want you to know that your daughter obviously skipped school because she presented us with this note. And my mother took a look at the note and said, what do you mean I wrote that note myself? Are you kidding me? And then just like just tore that guy apart. Like, how dare you? It's men like you that bring women down and blah, 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 blah. Like, just goes off, and I'm sitting here like, holy shit. Like, I'm not in trouble. And she dresses him down and stands up and says, you are out of this office. There's nothing wrong with this child. And I go back to choir, and it was the perfect crime. Still in my permanent record, so anyway, don't tell Mother about the notes.